Hey, what up? We're live. What's going on? Welcome to the $1 Million Coach Community. I'm your host, Ryan McMorris, and my job is to help you become a $1 million coach. No matter whether you're brand new to the coaching industry and you're just looking to get your feet wet, bring in your first clients, and set up the foundations to build your $1 million coaching business, or you're in a place where you're looking to scale to $1 million a year or a quarter or a month, you're in the exact place. All right. I'm here every single Monday, 12 p.m. Eastern, to help you build your $1 million coaching business and walk away from this class with a huge step towards that. Okay. My goal is that you leave here with an action step that is going to help you get there that you can take. All right. In today's episode of the $1 Million Coach, I'm going to be helping you biohack from the inside out, helping you hit your goals in 2024. Okay. So make sure that you say what's up. Make sure you say, tell me where you're coming from. All right. What state or what country you're in. Also, let me know if you're watching live or you're watching the replay. All right. By all means, ask any questions that you can. This is a super interactive class, so I want to make sure that you know that and that you can interact with me. All right. I'm going to get everybody in here and let's do this. Boom, boom. Okay. All right. We got it. All right. So I'm going to kick this one off by saying this is the time of year where everybody is focused on their goals, right? Everyone is either focusing on their next year's goal, right? So we're in December, you're coming up on a brand new year. Everyone's got like, all right, I got my new goals for the year. This is what I want to do with my business. Let's just say you're setting a goal for yourself that you want to make. Let's just say you want to have your first $50,000 month or first $100,000 month, or maybe you've got a big goal and you want to make $1 million over the course of the next 12 months. There's nothing wrong with whatever your goals are. Okay. But I also want to reiterate the fact that, like, if you don't change your habits and your beliefs, you will never hit those goals. You understand? So every time I'm working with one of our clients and I'm working with them closely, one of the things that I always revert back to, because I work at clients with an extremely high level. So a lot of times we're working on high level things. However, even at a high level, I always revert back to what belief and what mindset thing is going through your head right now that's causing this action. Give me a number one in the comments if you're following me and this is making sense, because I want you to understand that if you've got big goals next year, the last thing that you need to truly focus on an everyday basis is the goal itself. Okay. There's nothing wrong with setting goals. I want you to be able to set goals. There is no true success without the goal, because I come across a lot of people, hundreds of people, probably a month, that they just don't have true goals set. And so, yes, do you have to set goals? 100%. Okay. And I want you to be able to set those goals. I want to help you set those goals. So if you're here and you say, damn, I need to set some goals that are realistic for me and my business, because the last thing you want to do is set goals that are not in alignment with you and where your life is and where your business is. Okay. The last thing, if your business is not ready to make a, if your business isn't ready to make $1 million in a year, then we don't want to set that goal. It's dumb to set that goal. Okay. But I also want to make sure that we cover one thing before we dive into habits and goals and helping you set those goals. Okay. I want to look at one thing first. Okay. I'm going to share my screen with you here. Okay. And we're just going to go window. Let's see. I think we're setting this window right. Let's see if we got the right window set. Okay. Let me know if you guys can see my screen. Okay. So many of you may or may not know. There's a guy by the name of Myron Golden, and I saw a video from him. Let's just say a while back. I saw a video of him, and it hit me with this topic. Okay, does everyone know Myron Golden? I'm going to take a quick poll here. Does everyone know who Myron is? Actually, you know what? I'm showing my wrong screen. I apologize. There we go. Does everyone know this guy? Give me a yes or no if you know who Myron is. Okay. And I'm going to wait a little bit. That way we can interact together. Sarah, what's up? Good to see you. Good to see you, my friend. I see you making some moves. I saw that video. All right. I saw the post that you put up last week that we suggested to you. And I also noticed that particular post got more comments than any of your recent posts. Just paying attention. All right. So, what's going on? So the question is, do you know this man? Do you know this fellow? Do you know Myron Golden? Does anyone know him? Yes or no? Give me a yes or no in the comments, please. If you know this good looking man right here. This is also not the 6-year-old version of me. Just so you guys are wondering that I did not AI myself into 30 years down the road. Okay. I don't know if I just gave away my age. All right. But so if you don't know him or not, okay, he did a video the other day and he was basically telling people how he creates income for himself and how he creates and what his business model was. Okay. And so when he was going through his business model, he was basically saying, here's what I do, guys. And this is what you should do too. I've got a book that I took the time to write one time, and then I got it published. Okay. And then we created the funnel, and now there's money coming in every single month. So we have about 100 people that every month 100 people buy this book. It's a $24 book. And, every month, we've got, $3,000 that is coming in from this book. And then it leads to other things like courses and events and programs, and all these things. Right. And this video, people were going nuts over this video. Like, oh my God, that's so smart. I can't believe it. Like, have you ever looked at an expert or looked at someone and they're giving this advice and everyone's just eating it up? Give me a number 2 if you've ever seen that before. Okay. The thing that I want to warn you going into this coming year, going into this coming month, going into this coming week, as you approach how you look at your business and your business model, just because Myron does this doesn't mean that you should do it. Okay. His life and his business are in a completely different place than yours. Okay. So a lot of times we get advice from someone like Myron. Okay. You'll see someone else on the internet and you say, oh man, that's great advice. And you may see this guy online and you're like, oh man, he's giving great advice. He's got this new book. It's called Linchpin and it's really, really good stuff. I'm going to read this book and I'm going to go apply it. Okay. And guys, what happens is most of us are taking advice from people that they aren't giving advice from where you are in business. They're not giving advice from where you are in life. Okay. Give me a number 3 if this makes sense, please. Okay. Let's interact here. Okay. So what happens is you start planning, you start goal setting, you start trying to do something in your business, like write a book, and it's not time for you to write a book yet. You say, you know what, I'm gonna do the Linchpin strategy where I'm gonna have a membership or a software, and that's what I'm gonna do in my business. And your business, your audience, your structure has no business doing that. Guys, does this make sense? Because a lot of times what we do in these goal setting processes is we're setting goals for ourselves and we're taking advice and listening to people that we have no business really listening to. Look, you've got to find somebody who understands where you are. They understand where your business is. Okay. So again, let's pop back over here. Step one, only listen to someone and take advice from someone who understands where you are. Okay. The beauty of hiring the best people is this could be you. Okay. And let's just say you are in chapter 17 of your business book, your life book. Okay. But you're taking advice from someone who's on chapter 217. Okay. But the key is understanding that does this person know how to find where you are, chapter 17, and give you the best advice based off where they were at chapter 17 and the experience of their other clients when they're in the same place. Guys, give me a number 4 if this makes sense. Okay. Is anyone who's with me? Give me an emoji or something. Let me see who's with me today. All right. Well, I'm not just here for my own health, even though I do this to stay healthy, clearly. But I want you guys to understand how this works and how goal setting works. So if you don't approach how you look at next year, if you don't approach who you invest in and who you're hiring next year, then it's going to be an uphill battle. Okay. But I want to share with you, if you can go out and find the person that, and even if it's not investing in them, even if it's just who you pay attention to when it comes to whose free stuff do I consume, whose lives do I go to and give my time to, whose content do I actually listen to, whose YouTube videos do I actually consume. All right, everybody's awake. All right, let's get those numbers going. If I ask you for a number and it makes sense to you, let's get it. But I want to, again, you can't just watch everybody's free shit. You can't just watch everybody's, all their stuff, right? So you got to narrow down your focus to the person who actually understands, oh, this is where I am in life. This is where I am in business. All right, bet that person understands me. They can give me an action step or steps based on where I am, not based on theory or based on this like big view coming from someone who's got millions of followers and essentially they're talking to everybody. Okay, guys, when we look at people like Russell Brunson, okay, when we look at you see their ads. I know you see their stuff. When you see people like Alex Hormozy, right? He's not talking to you specifically. He's talking to somebody. He's talking to every business owner on the planet. Okay. And if we don't recognize that, then we'll start taking advice from people that is not helping us. All right. That's step one. Okay. Step number 2 is we actually have to get clear on our goals. Okay. Now that I've connected with the person that I know is actually going to help me define like where I am, then I got to get clear on my goals. Okay. So again, how much money do you want to make next year? If I know that we want to clear $300,000 at least 6 times next year in revenue, 300 times 6, then I know that our goal is to at least make $1.8 million next year. Okay. And I know what that comes down to for the year. Okay. I know what I'm going to break that down to by the quarter. And I know what that's going to come down to on a monthly basis. I also know that not every single month we are going to hit $300,000. Okay. I know that our minimum that we want to make in a month is 100K. Okay. So anywhere from that range, that's going to hit our revenue goal. Okay. And then as soon as I set the goals, okay, I'm going to start setting department goals. Okay. So I set the big goal, department goal. Now I can look and see like, what do we want to do in marketing? What do we need to do in sales? And what do we need to do with our client fulfillment? And what do we need to do in operations? Like, I'm going to set some big goals there. Okay. And then all I'm going to start doing is start narrowing down my systems. Okay. So, what are the habits and the daily things that need to happen in order for these goals to get hit? Okay. Because a lot of times this is the thing that we never do. We never look at, well, in order to hit our marketing goals, like what's that one habitual thing that keeps getting missed? It could be um, a marketing meeting. It could mean how we handle that meeting and the pulse of that meeting. It could mean reading every day and making sure that I'm showing up for this marketing team to actually do what they need to do. Okay. So, guys, a lot of times, all we have to do is look at the goal once. And once those goals are set, then we have to start looking at the habits and the systems that are in place. Okay. What are the daily things that need to happen here? Okay. It's not about looking at the goal. It's not about looking at the scoreboard or the scorecard every single day. When you play a football game, you don't sit there and just look at the scoreboard, right? You look at the plays that need to be run on that drive or in this possession. And that's what's going to help you get to the goal. Winning every game helps you win the championship. It's not looking at the championship. When you look past and you end up looking too far, then you're going to miss what's in front of you. Okay. And so what we need to do is we need to work backwards from our goals until we get to a place where we can start to define like what our vision is. Okay. Because vision is the last thing that I want you to focus on, but it's the most important thing. Okay. Because once we have this vision of who we are, okay, this is the thing that most people skip. Let me ask you something. Have you ever done the perfect day exercise? Okay. This is something that all of our clients have to do. A lot of times they have to do it 2-3 times in their first stint of working with us because it's so important. And what it's called is the perfect day. Okay. And guys, if you can't see what your perfect day looks like, feels like, smells like, if you can't see it and it doesn't get updated, a lot of times, like over the last 10 years, I've updated what our perfect day looks like. We've had more kids. Our business has changed. A lot of things in our life have changed. We own a school now. We're trying to franchise a school. We have staff all over the world. We are trying to take more vacations and create better systems. So we have this vision of, all right, like, what does our day look like? Do we wake up in the morning, get the kids ready for school, and typically on a normal day, we're getting the kids out to school, and we get to our offices, and what happens at the office? Am I doing everything throughout the day, or am I just delegating teams? Right? Am I doing like 2 meetings a day, and then like I'm off for the day, or am I working? And what does that work day look like? What does my family time look like? My kids are getting more involved in sports, and so what that means is, I'm not able, or I don't want to be tethered to a laptop, past 4 o'clock. I'm done at 4 o'clock, so I can go hang out with my kids and practice with my kids. Like, guys, if you don't define that vision and make that vision something that's the norm, that your brain that you soak in every single day, that you start to look at, and you're meditating on that every single day. You're in gratitude for that every single day. Guys, if you want to biohack your goals for 2024, it's not going to be about looking at the goal every single day. It's about setting the goal once and looking at those goals quarterly. But knowing the activity and knowing the vision of what happens when you hit that goal. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense, guys. Because if you're meditating every single day and you actually are focused on becoming a new person, if you're focused on the habits of, man, like every time I hop into one task, I end up doing another task, or every day that I wake up, the first thing that I do is I go to my phone and I go to social media. Like, that's not a healthy habit. Okay. And so what we have to do is we have to become aware of our habits, and we have to create this new vision of ourselves. Okay. Who is that successful version of yourself? If you aren't seeing that person like all day long, we have to create a scenario where you are becoming that person every single day. Okay. It's like if I want to attract myself where there's 100 people on here live every time, then I have to like act as if there's 100 people here now. I have to be so grateful that maybe there's only 5 people here, 10 people here on here live, but I'm grateful for those 10 people. I'm grateful for you that you're here live, because if you're grateful for the small thing, then you're opening the door to be grateful for the big thing. Okay. But you also have to recognize that if your systems aren't in place to actually bring those 100 people here, then it's not going to happen. Does that make sense? Okay. So, again, if you're following me here, what I want you to be able to do after this class is one, I do want you to be able to set goals. Okay. I also want you to, what happened to my camera? I got blurred out like crazy. Let's see if we can. See if we can bring the focus back on this camera. No, did it not focus me in? Maybe, all right, maybe I gotta go. We're almost at the end anyway. So again, first thing I want you to do is I want you to set your goals. Okay. I want you to set a monetary goal. Okay. I want you to let me know in the comments section, and let's go through this. Okay. Let me know in the comments section, what is your monetary goal? Okay. Step one, set a money goal. Okay. So let me know how much money you want to make for the upcoming year. All right. So we're going to put that in and we're going to show that there. All right. So if you want to let me know in the comments section what your money goal is, by all means, go ahead and let it in. Okay. One of the things that I would say is if you don't know how much money you made this past year in your business, then that is one thing that you should be aware of. Go back and look, like, what was your best month last year in your business? Okay. And if you say, you know what, my best month was $5,000 in my business last year, then what I would do is I would set a goal for yourself to look at how many times did you have a month close to that, and set a goal for yourself to actually hit that month upcoming 2 to 6 times. Because what's going to happen if you do that 2 to 6 times next year, this coming year, then you're going to experience growth. Okay. And that's what we want. And you're going to be able to set a realistic money goal for your business. Okay. Can everybody get down with that? So again, if you have a money goal, let me know what your money goal is in the comments here. Step 2. Okay. We have to decide what our department goals are. Okay. So our department goals are going to come down to marketing, which is leads. Okay. Sales, which is conversions, and then making sure that we set goals on our systems. Okay. That's our systems come down to how we work with clients, how we track finances, how we do our operations and admin, all those back end things. When someone actually becomes a client, I want to build out those systems. Okay. So step number 2, I'm sorry, let me actually copy that again. Can we copy that? I'm actually going to put that back in there. So again, step 2 is our department goals. Okay. There's a marketing department. Leads. Sales. And systems. Clients. Admin. And finance. Okay. So that's step 2. All right. How do we define what step 2 is? And we know what our department goals are. We're going to break this down. How many leads do you have in your CRM this year? And then I can set the goal for next year. So what we found is we close at 2%, guys. when leads come into our system for our coaching and SaaS product. Okay. If we close at 2% and we have a goal of, like we want to hit, $100,000 in a month in one particular place, we basically came up with the math that we need we need a list of 15,000 people. Okay. So we have a list of about 10,000 people now, and we're going to cut that down. So at the end of the year, we want about, let's see, I think we wanted 400 leads a month, I believe. So 400 times 12 is an extra 5,000 people. Okay. And we also know that we're going to drop some people. So if we know we know now the marketing department needs to collect at least 500 leads per month. Okay. And if we want to break that down to a day, then we know that 500 divided by 31 is 16 leads per day. So if we can get to 20 leads per day, that's going to help us set our marketing goal. So our marketing goal is 20 leads per day. Okay. So now I can say, well, if we close at 30%, okay, let's just say our sales team, our sales staff, they go out and close at 30%. So 20 leads per, or actually, remember, we'll stick with, we close overall, like our overall CRM, we close at 2%. Okay. So if it's 20 times 31, that's 620 leads. So again, anywhere from 400 to 620. And if we close at 2% times 0.02, that's 12 clients per month. Okay. So we know that now our sales goal is 2%. That equals 13 clients per month. Okay. Hopefully you're following along here, and you'll start to think about like what needs to happen in order to hit that. Okay. What daily thing has to happen in order for us to actually hit those goals? What systems and what daily habits do I need? Like, is reading a book every single day gonna help me? Like, am I meditating on becoming the sales manager that I need to become? Can I see in my head hopping on our sales meeting every day, and like people are just pinging in our chat because they're doing all the things. There's excitement. There's energy. There's a vibe just going on in that community. And this is what we're doing, right? Like, guys, all we have to do is start seeing the vision, but in every little piece of these departments. And then it's like, all right, well, if I know that we're bringing in 13 clients per month, and I know I want to have, we want to collect 40%, that's finance, or we want to make sure that 50% of our clients actually upgrade. So in our systems, we're looking at like, how can we get people to upgrade? How can we do better with our finance? How can we get more testimonials? And it's putting your brain in a place of always looking at the vision and always looking at the systems, because those are the things that you need to focus on, not focus on the goal. Okay. But the goal is going to help you see the vision. The goal is going to help you design the systems and design the daily activity so you can create the habits that are going to create the biggest result. Okay. The thing that I want you to realize, if you take anything from this, okay, that the further out you are, okay, so like the further from like these big goals you are, like your habits are going to be like this. Okay. And this is kind of where the goal setting comes in. Okay. The goal setting is wide. Okay. And then as this funnel gets narrowed down, our funnel of life starts to get narrowed down. This section right here, like the habits that end up down here, there's always habits that are up here. Okay. As we break this down, there's always habits that are going on here. But what you're going to notice is every time we break this down, the habits are going to get smaller and smaller and smaller. And we're going to have to recognize what these smaller habits are. Okay. When your goal is to make 10 grand a month, okay, and let me tell you, there are going to be bigger habits to change. Okay. Their bigger habits are going to help you get here. But when your goal is a million a month, you're going to be looking at smaller habits. Okay. Let me know if that makes sense. And the smaller the habit, the more microscopic we have to do in our conversations. And we have to look at things like how our time is spent, how our language is, and they all make a difference. But we want to say, look, if you want to biohack what you're doing in the next coming year, then you have to take time and sit down, plan out your goals, plan out the department. But as you're doing that, jot down the things that you can visualize. Jot down the things that you can improve inside of your systems. It's like for us, I know that in order to run $1 million a month business, the systems that have to be in place are going to help me have the relationship with my wife, because we go on a date night once a week and we know that we can like completely shut off. We go on a vacation for 6 weeks or for 3 weeks every year, just by ourselves. And then we do 2 trips with the kids. And it's like, we know that the businesses are there without jeopardizing all the other things. And the vision is there. Okay. So what I want you to realize, again, just closing this gap, is you have to focus on the goal. But the only reason that we focus on the big goal monetarily as step one, okay, the only reason we do that is so we can design our department goals. So we can design our department goals, and then we can clearly, when we look at those things, step 3, it allows us to create a vision and systems that will help us internally attract those things to us. Okay. So you may have to go back and watch this one. I hope this was helpful. All right. I'll catch you on the next episode of the $1 Million Coach Show. My name's Ryan McMorris. By all means, remember to hop into the Facebook group. Make sure that if you have questions about your coaching business throughout the week, feel free to hop in the Facebook group, ask your questions. I want this to be the main resource for you and in your coaching business to help you grow and help you hit the goals that you want. All right. So we'll catch you on the next one, and I will talk to you soon. Have a good day. Have a good week. See you.